this is what we see quite often, and I've got quite a few cases of that at the moment, of people who spend excessively making up for past scarcity. And that's very common. And I think we see that a lot of people getting into deep amounts of debt because it's kind of like, I'm making up for that, or it's actually an emotional reaction to financial trauma growing up.
And for me, I have an example. This lady said, you know what? I've always been prudent, right? I've always tried to save money. But as soon as she is around her friends, as soon as she sees her peers, that smart money moves, they go flying out the window. And this lady stays in PE, and she's managing her money well. She has this credit card, and normally the limit is much higher than you actually need, right?
Always.
And she comes down to Joburg, spends the weekend there for a wedding. Then come Sunday, they are going out for lunch, and she just sees all this, people who are dressed extravagantly, and she thinks to herself, I also need to show them that just because I stay in the Eastern Cape doesn't mean I don't have money. She whips out her credit card, goes to Diamond Walk, as they call it. I've never been there, in Sandton, and buys a Louis Vuitton bag. A bag that she says, she used a couple of times, but it wore off as immediately as she made that purchase.
So I was listening to, there's an economist who's written a book about the history of money, and I was listening to him speak, and he said something that was so profound. He said, we buy stuff because other people buy stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly right. So you go to a lunch with your friends, they've all got a Louis Vuitton bag. Now you need one.
They're probably fake, who knows?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. The point is that you didn't even know you needed one. I've shared this with you before. Yeah. I go to a friend's house, she's renovating her house. I come home to my perfectly fine house and think I need to start renovating my house, right? So other people's behavior often triggers our spending behavior. And I think it's not about saying we shouldn't spend money. Mapla and I are not here to tell you not to spend money. We're just saying understand the psychological drivers of these things, and especially when it comes to retail therapy, because oh my goodness, we do love to spend because we're feeling down, or because we're feeling happy, because our friends have. We've got lots of reasons to spend. I just don't think we have very many reasons to save, Mapalo.